And in Sony's case, the head of the US studio, he's from both worlds, quote unquote. Huh? Yeah. Now I sound like my brother. Yeah, it takes them a good while, but Sony from maybe like 2 3 years into the PS3, they they told developers ahead of time what they're making, and the guys that make this game, they are very fast on getting a new hardware. The problem is it's Square Enix and some of the other companies that take a long while. That's why you don't take a decade to make a game. If it takes a decade to make a game, 9 times out of 10 that game is absolute shit. Because well, if you understood how long the artists have been working, I'm not surprised at that at all. To be quite honest with you, it's not it's not really it's basically they didn't have a proper producer. The main role of producing game development, or basically a movie, whatever in media, they give you the budget and they tell you you're supposed to pass it in this amount of time. The main problem that they ran into is just quite simply they had nobody to come and tell them, all right, it's time to finish your shit. I know a lot of people love to give Activision shit like what's what happened with Destiny, but guess what? At least their games come out, you know. At least Destiny came out. You get my feel, you get my drift. Exactly. And the main thing that people will say about Destiny is not that necessarily that the game is bad, it's that the content is lacking. But they will never say, oh, this game is absolute trash, even though some people will say that because of the content thing. God damn, this Mudman still is not dead, which is great. Yeah, so that's yeah, you're giving Square Enix too much credit. That's all I will say. You would be done before that decade is out. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying you're giving. I'll be working on my cert. Hey, Square Enix got problems. Oh, you mean? Oh, under Bobby Cody. Guess how they fixed that. The guy that runs Sony Japan Studios, his father's American, his mother's Japanese. He they put him in there. He fired a whole bunch of people. And matter of fact, next month you're hearing about 2 games from Sony Japan Studios. 2 games are about to be announced. No, if they were if no if they were under Activision, I'm not gonna give American companies that much shrift because some of them are fucking stupid too. Like what you call it? What's the name of that dumb game that I hate? BioShock. You realize that game took 8 years, right? I, uh, I'll say it's unique. I think that's about it. And no, the story was alright, but my whole thing is I don't think no game has a good story. They have passable stories. Some games might have a story that actually, yeah, yeah. That's the word I would use for them. It's engaging. Eh, Hey, you wanna know something? That new Call of Duty is kind of engaging. The ending is fucking stupid, and they have no excuse for that. But that one wasn't too bad either. Yeah, that's the main thing. The main thing is among all these dudes, it doesn't look like. I don't think developers have actually cracked the cookie of how to how to develop something properly. The perfect balance between budget, time, and quality. Sony is very lenient with all their developers. Period. Yeah. Yeah. And you see that that is one part that some people might say that is bad, but let's look at it another way. Why you think Sony's first party is so damn good? Because they actually give their people a chance to do something. Uh, oh yeah, that's why that guy's in that guy's why that guy's in. He's responsible for the development now. John Necker. He's the he's in he's in the management of that right now. So they have 2 big announcements to come out next thing. They really changed it around. I think this might be the generation where Japanese developers finally get something going. But I totally understand what you're saying. So hopefully they will fix it this time. I'm, I'm talking about Japan and Japanese in general. Yeah. Man, fuck Tomonobu Itagaki. Saw what that dude did to DOA 4. That was a fucking travesty. Anytime I see some people fanboy, I know I don't think it was rushed to make launch. I think that dude literally doesn't know how to make fighting games and he hates fighting games. Why do you think the last boss for 3 was retarded? It was the most counterintuitive boss in a fighting game ever. And people are like, oh, Genra was hard. Genra is not hard. You wanna know how you beat Genra? Pick Brad Wong and do his dumb shit. If you do Brad Wong's dumb shit, he will never damage you once. Brad Wong will fuck him up. I don't I I don't think it was quote unquote rushed. That's the whole thing. I just love how you call my brother Arab. If my great grandfather ever heard you, he'd be very pissed. Because he's Persian. Because he was Persian. And people always mistake Persians for Arabs and it pisses them off. Now I know. No, no, they would be considered Indian. That's what. Yeah, that is why they threw away that whole thing, because Arab under that classification would be as known as Caucasian. That's because the yeah Caucasoid. Caucasoid. The proper term for the you heard of the term Indo-European, right? The Indo-European languages. Persian is an Indo-European language. That is why there are certain words that all have the same root, like royal, Raja, royal, Roy. They're all basically the same base word. And then you have some. They're not necessarily. They're still related, but they're more put off. Those languages are. You know we speak you know we're speaking Germanic right now, right? People always make people. That is because of a certain branch of my family that you call them the Normans. You heard of the conquest of England, right? By William the Conqueror. When he brought over, see, this is why English is such a fucked up language.